Mm. Now,
Oh,
what was
okay.
killing me was when I saw people. Well, first, I saw people that were really good football players, and they weren't even starting on the high school team. And then we had people that was balling for us that, that did
Oh God. Foxy, you froze. I like how we're having a conversation about back in the day, and everything was fine. But as soon as I hit record, I lose him. I lost you, man. You froze. As soon as I hit record, you froze. We can't win, man.
oh,
It's like
I
everything.
know.
I will say
See me
again.
now?
I see you now. I will say again. That backdrop, I like it. I like it.
I,
Is it really green in there, or is it just the way the camera looking?
it's the light. I got a little light off Amazon, and you can change the colors of it. And I was
Okay.
like, I think our first topic is the either the Dolphins or Oregon. So I was like, let's put the green on for
Well, since you got the green up, we'll talk about Oregon smacking and waxing Colorado. Dear, dear Lord. All right.
them.
Look here. I know the haters have been coming out strong this week for Coach Prime and Dion in
Yeah,
Colorado. I don't. I
as we
don't.
expected. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, I mean, I don't, because Oregon,
Yeah.
they just they don't have the interior power to match with a team how Oregon's built right now, and it makes me wonder
Exactly.
about how they're going to do against USC this weekend. I'm scared for it.
Yeah,
Scared.
I think USC has to do the same thing, especially since I don't even think they're ranked in the. I haven't seen the official poll, but I don't even think they're ranked top five. So if they're trying to make the playoffs with Caleb Williams, they got to do the same thing because with the way like these other teams is playing, like Washington is number one. Is that
Mm-hmm.
true in the polls? And then Texas is still undefeated with that boy. He's not a mullet man anymore. So the
Oh
competition is
yeah.
going to be tough.
Let me see.
So yeah, they it's like Oregon. They've been kind of a letdown for a long time because like they've always been real talented, but they can never cross that threshold to even get into the playoffs. So this year, they get the hopes up with Bo Nix and whatnot, and they're trying to get in there. So this is what they had to do. I think it's like I said the day it happened, I was like, I think this says more or it's better for Oregon than it is bad for Colorado.
Yeah. Uh Oregon usually for me was
But
all Oregon was always known for their uniforms. Always. That's what Oregon was known for. So honestly, I think this is Oregon's first like big time year. Okay. Here's the top 25. Georgia's 1, Michigan is 2, Texas 3, Ohio State 4, Florida State 5, Penn State, Washington is 7. Wow. USC won and then they dropped. They dropped down. We just lost Foxy again. He'll be back. So USC lost and they dropped a couple. How do you lose and drop spots? I don't understand that. Oregon jumped up one.
stronger. They haven't played in this conference kind of thing. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't been to a state. It wasn't stuff like that. Is they play for clicks. Like you're going after their integrity. And
Yeah,
I was like that.
that was a low
I get you're
blow.
getting your guys, and it's a good speech. It was a great fucking speech. But I was just like that. I don't know. That felt like it crossed a little bit of a line. And I know sometimes with football they do cross a little bit of a line, but I'm livid after that.
Yeah,
I would be pissed the fuck off.
yeah, that was a low blow. So from ranking 7, 8, 9, 10 is all Pac-12. Washington, USC lost and dropped down. I mean, no, they won and
U.S.
dropped down. They won and dropped to Washington,
Uh,
USC, Oregon, and Utah. This is what I don't like about the top 25. Okay, we got
Yeah.
after Utah, Notre Dame, Alabama, and LSU all have one loss, and they're over undefeated Oklahoma, undefeated North Carolina, undefeated Washington State, undefeated Duke, undefeated Miami Hurricanes. If you are undefeated, you should automatically, in my opinion, be ranked above a one-loss team. I don't care who that team lost to, how they lost. When you
They
lose,
lost.
you lose. A loss is a loss. You lose. If you are
Exactly.
undefeated, you need to be in the top echelon with the undefeated teams.
Here's my thing, bro. What the fuck is Ohio State doing at number 4? That's my, like, I know
Name,
they're undefeated,
name
but I
value,
don't think they've done anything too impressive thus far. Let me look at
name
this
value.
schedule.
It's name value. Name value. Because when you look at it, Georgia ain't played nobody yet.
That too. So I get it. I'm biased because I am
I don't.
Georgia's my second favorite team,
And I.
but 23-3 to Indiana. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
did it cut me out?
No, no, you're still here.
Okay, 23-3 against Indiana. I remember that was a sloppy game. Okay, they blew out Youngstown State in Western Kentucky, and then they do beat a ranked opponent in Notre Dame. So okay, it wasn't the sexiest games in the world,
Yeah.
but they are winning. So I'd say they deserve it, but I feel like these other ones deserved it more. The Nittany Lions been getting some hype in
Yeah.
Washington. I'm gonna look at
Mm-hmm.
these schedules real quick.
It's crazy how the Pac-12 is strong this year. Like
Hey, they gotta get.
Even with Colorado dropping out, you still got one, two, three, four, 6 teams from the one conference, and they got more teams than the SEC.
Oh,
Now,
the Nittany Lions
mm-hmm.
31-0 over Iowa, and they're fucking sixth behind Ohio State.
Name value. That name value, man.
Washington ain't really beat nobody, but they're blowing people out.
Yeah, they blowing them out the water.
56-19,
Now,
43.
here's my question for you. Do you... Uh-oh. Now my computer's messing up. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. I'm getting lost in this Michael Parsons video. I'm waiting for Foxy to come back into the fold real quick. I didn't know Michael Parsons had a podcast. Surprise. That's a shocker. Oh, man. I wonder if he keeps freezing because his camera's on. Once again, you guys, when you guys see this, you won't see us. You know, he can't even see me. I got my camera on, but I got the lights off. And all you see is my white ass teeth and my glasses on my black ass skin. I hate black pepper. I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes.
I can hear you now. Let's go.
Okay, I'm over here. Oh man, hold on. What is?
Okay, there we go.
So it's the
I switched
Discord
mic.
actually. It's the
Now I
Discord.
can hear.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My Discord is. It said it's connection problem with the Discord because everything else is
It's
working.
good.
Yeah, like I have up.
Damn.
I have up Twitter/X up. I got up the college football rankings. All that's working fine. I have my channel
Okay.
up. Yeah, so Discord is the one that's being funny right
It's
now.
fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you recording or are you screen recording the Discord or
No,
just the
no,
audio?
just the audio because it's a lot easier to upload it like that. Which is it's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, because man, I don't know what it is about
Yeah.
this area, but when I try to
Oh, I
upload,
say if your computer can handle it, I thought it'd be easier just to
it
turn the
can't.
camera on,
Yeah,
screen record this, and then just post it just raw. Of
it.
course, cut out like the intro where you're just clicking stuff and getting it set up.
I find it unique when we're just bringing an intro and we're just talking. It makes it authentic to me. That's an
Heck
authentic
yeah.
feel. I
It
like
makes
it.
it an organic conversation.
Yeah, it's not. We're not formulaic
Not one of
like.
those 15 minutes. Welcome to the
Yeah.
Headlines Podcast, best podcast in the world. Shout out to our sponsors. This video is sponsored by.
This video is sponsored by two niggas here
and
trying to
then
make a living.
and then you talk for 10 minutes, and then you go, okay, we gotta talk about our good friends at SeatGeek. Use
Yeah.
code headlines at SeatGeek for 25.
Hey, I'm telling you, one day that shit's coming, and y'all getting a cut. Y'all get a cut. I promise you, that shit's coming one day. This is where we're taking
Bro,
this. Oh my god. Okay.
we need the SeatGeek sponsorships. We need the
SeatGeek,
what is it? Who's the dog
DraftKings,
one? Underdog Fantasy,
Underdog
DraftKings. Yeah,
Fantasy, all that shit. Get all that shit. Fucking do you know which one I really want? Manscaped. I don't know why. I don't even use
Oh
that shit.
yeah.
But I want Manscaped
Hey,
because I can't
hey,
afford it.
hey, Manscaped, they ain't even gotta pay me. All they gotta do is just send me that lawnmower 3.0, and we
Yes.
good.
And we are gravy. Just send me a lot more. I'll promote the shit out of it.
I'll promote. Yeah, yeah. You get 2 videos. I just need the lawnmower.
Give you a demonstration. See when you use such like
Oh
so
man.
and such angle and man hell. All right, all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Let's get back
We got
to
a
it.
lot of undefeated teams though.
We really do.
Dang.
In this
But I
early.
didn't hear your question. So if you remember it, if you repeat it real quick,
Oh
I'll
yes.
answer.
What I was okay. Uh do you think this loss to Oregon is going to really derail Colorado, or can they bounce back? Maybe not
Oh, that's a
win, but have a very good game against USC. Like maybe they lose 42-38. You know, they come out, they
mm,
play balls to the wall, but USC is just in the end they're just too much. And then the rest of the season, Colorado runs the table and goes like 10-2. Can you
oh,
can you do
they
you
got a
think that could
strong
happen?
schedule.
Hey, when I did that video previewing their schedule, I didn't see the Pac-12 looking this strong. So I picked
Yeah,
Colorado. So I picked Colorado to win.
Pac-12 came back.
Yeah, I picked them to win 10 games. But I said this Oregon USC stretch was going to be rough because, those are the two top teams. And USC is kind of back right now. And Oregon, they've just been getting recruits lately. So I'm like, if they can survive that, I can see them beating Washington and Utah just because, the skill players and those schools aren't known for big, beefy boys. So,
Yeah. So if they get 2 more against Arizona State and UCLA, they'll be at 4. They'll have no, not 4 wins. They'll have 5 wins,
5 wins.
and then they just need 1 more to be bowl eligible. So
Yeah.
they just have to steal one against Stanford or Arizona, and then that just makes them bowl eligible. So to get guaranteed, they'd have to beat one of these other teams, and they have some. They got some teams coming up. So of course USC. Then it's Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, who has an offense on them, Arizona.
I can see Colorado at worst going like 8-4, which from what they were last year, it's a success already. To me, the season is already a success. They came out the gate and started 3-0. That is a success for me. For what they've done to college football, they turned it around. They got all the eyes on it. I think that is a success already. Did we just lose Foxy? Yo, the Discord is tripping. Yeah, it's not my Wi-Fi. It's my internet. It's good. Oh God, these allergies. It's bad. I should screenshot this and show him his freeze frame. Because there it goes. There goes the Discord. It is going away. Again. There it goes. I'm about to do a Zoom call. We're about to do this on a Zoom call. This will be a lot easier on Zoom. Now I can't hear him. I can't hear you now. Yo, I'm about to have us go through the Zoom call because Discord is tripping. I can't hear you now. Y'all see why we need that SeatGeek sponsorship? Because we broke. We broke out here. Oh my god, I can't even type in the Discord. Wow. Just wow. Okay. 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 Um. Oh my goodness. The Discord is tripping. We're gonna go to Zoom. What is happening? My internet just went out. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, my internet just went out. Wow. Okay, there we go. So it was me. That time. That time it was me.
My
Okay.
thing is
I'm back.
so
I'm
they got a
sorry.
tough schedule coming up, but I
My
think they're going to be okay. I
mm-hmm.
think they're not going to live up to the hype of they're going to win the Pac-12, which was a little crazy. Which I wasn't too familiar with the Pac-12, so I was just kind of taking people's words for it.
Mm-hmm.
But once the season starts, everything changes. But what was going on about when it cut out was the biggest thing is that we're hoping the offense shows up against USC, but USC has to do the
Yes.
same thing Oregon did because the big surprise of the Oregon game was the defense. Because, everybody
Yeah.
expected Oregon to 28, 35 points. 42 wasn't out the question. But the shocker was the defense came out and just dominated in the trenches, and they freaking covered the receivers like wax on a candle or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just wild. And the reason why people thought the game was going to be close is because we were like, Shadura is looking phenomenal, and this offense is going to finesse his way to keep it close. And then we might pull off a miracle because, as you saw, the defense hasn't been good relatively all year outside of one game. And they beat TCU because of a turnover, and I think they beat Colorado either a turnover led to overtime. Well, they won that in overtime with the offense. So their biggest thing was they were going to go toe to toe with Oregon, and we had confidence that maybe at some point the defense is going to steal a possession some way somehow
Yeah.
against Oregon and win it. Which they did steal a possession. They got a pick. Unfortunately, their defense came out and just waxed the place. So USC, if they want to make the playoffs and try to win a national championship with Caleb Williams, they got to do the same thing, if not better, because they're 4-0 and they're at number 8, and they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 undefeated teams ahead of them, and then they have 3 ahead of them to get into. They have to leapfrog 3 people to get into the playoffs, and that's not counting the other like 10 freaking undefeated schools in the top 10. So, once the teams are this evenly ranked and they're trying to get in for 4 spots, you know what I'm saying? They have to start getting real nitpicky. So you got to do what Oregon did, and it hurt a lot of people's hearts what Oregon did, but they did exactly what they needed to do to make a case at the end of the year to get into the playoffs. So USC has to do the same thing. So the
Mm-hmm.
problem is to relate that to your question is, if they do the same thing, how do we still feel about Colorado? And I think if they show signs of life against competition like this, we feel pretty good. Even if it's like a 21-42 game or 35-14 game, like they get blown out, but the offense moves the ball well and maybe a couple things go wrong, we still feel good about that. Because then, they take on Arizona State. And if they show life against USC, we're really confident going into Arizona State, which I think Colorado is going to have a good game against Arizona State.
Yeah.
Arizona State. But this is where it gets really weird, because you can't just say like, oh yeah, they're gonna beat Arizona State, they're gonna beat Stanford, and everyone that's not ranked, they're just gonna slap them. I think the 3 straight wins really threw off our perception of this team. I think we wanted to come in and see this team fight and claw out games and just show potential for what they could do next year, because we got to a point to where instead of saying like, oh, this is a rebuilding team and we want to see how far Dion could take this team over the years, they started out so hot. We were like, we want to see what the fuck Dion could do right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And we just kind of we forgot because he just applied that suspension of disbelief. So I want to come in here and say, like, even if they lose to Arizona State, if it's a close game and both sides of the ball show up, we still should consider that a success. But we've got to a point to where everybody that wasn't ranked, well, TCU was ranked at the time. They destroyed, well, they didn't destroy TCU, but they beat them, you know what I mean? They looked good. So I'm going to be, me personally, even if they lose to Arizona State, which I actually think they'll beat Arizona State, but like they lose to Stanford, or, you know what I'm saying, they get beat by 2 or 3 scores by Oregon State or Utah, which has looked pretty good in the Pac-12 the last couple of years. I still think if they're just in these games, it's a successful season, because like we got a team that can go toe-to-toe with everybody in the Pac-12, of course, except for the top dogs, you know what I mean, Oregon with Bo Nix, who's been playing since I forgot who they said it was in school. Oh, I think it was Justin Herbert or something like that. Justin Herbert's been in the league for like 4 years, and Bo Nix was in college playing when Justin Herbert was there. And then of course USC, but you can talk yourself into that because like they had the consensus #1 draft pick at quarterback, and then they also have homeboy, the coach, who's really held in high regards. So yeah, I think if you're keeping it based in reality and like objective, and you're not hyping yourself up too much, you can look at the rest of the season, no matter how it goes, and be optimistic, assuming it doesn't fall off a cliff and every game looks like Oregon, Colorado. You know what I mean? So I think the level-headed fans will be okay with this. But everybody that was talking themselves in the Pac-12 championship / sneaking into the playoffs at the 4th spot, I think they're going to be a little disappointed. So it just depends on what side of the fan base you're talking to.
That's true. And one real quick thing about Bo Nix, why is he still in college? Ain't he like a 6-year senior? Take your ass to the NFL, bro. Like, for real. And if you can't cut it in the NFL, then just give up football, man. Go start. Why are you still playing? You're done. You had a full 4 years at Auburn, and now you at Oregon, and we're gonna act like this man is supposed to win the Heisman. First of all, I'm gonna say this, and I don't care if people like it or not. I watched the game, pretty much all the game. Bo Nix was doing a lot of quick screen passes, and the athletes in Oregon were the ones taking over and making plays. Bo Nix was not really,
and him running. As a quarterback.
I mean, I give him that he was running, but he was not making no down the field passes.
He wasn't pushing the ball down the field.
He was not making no. Yeah, he wasn't hitting no them fucking tight pocket windows. Standing in the pocket, they was making sure, hey, we're gonna get the ball out of Bo Nix' hands quick. Because even though Colorado State might not have the best D-line, they still got a chance to get to us. And we don't want to let that happen and expose Bo Nix. Because I'm telling you right now, when Oregon plays a real defense, which they probably won't see much of because of the conference they're in. But if they were to play a real defense like Michigan or Ohio State or Florida State or I'm going to go Alabama. No. Bo Nix will get exposed, I'm telling you. So, I don't think this loss hurts Colorado. I hope, let me say that. I don't want to say I think. I just want to say I hope this gives them a wake-up call. Especially with whatever talent they got on the line, defense and offensively. I know you guys aren't the best. But if you can come out and play hard, you give your team a chance. You got to give Shedeur time to throw. Because in terms of quarterback play, I don't see anybody that's touching Shedeur. The way he can look off a safety, a defense, the way he can read, change the play at the line of scrimmage. Nobody in college is doing that shit. Nobody.
Yeah.
So if you give Shadur time to throw, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna tear you up. Now, defensively, again, one thing I was upset about with Colorado, they weren't even trying to put pressure on Bo Nix. They kept rushing 4. Like I get it. I get it. You don't have Travis Hunter,
They probably didn't want to go 1-on-1 with those receivers. But then
hey,
again, if
but
they
then
were just
again,
throwing screens all day, you might as
yeah,
well play man coverage so you can
yeah,
hop on those screens. Yeah.
exactly. Like just don't even make Bo Nix uncomfortable. Do to him what they're doing to Shadir. If you make a quarterback uncomfortable, and this has been proven, we don't care who is back there. Tom Brady, it don't matter. If you pressure a quarterback, they cannot throw at all. They're not going to be able to throw. So you got to keep constant pressure. But again, I hope this helps Colorado. I see them bouncing back. And when I say bouncing back, I say they're going to play a good game against USC. Plus, they're going to be motivated.
I'm here for that.
They're going to be motivated about the Shadur, Caleb Williams duel. That's going to take over the weekend.
Whew. That reminded me of something like I hope everybody that was watching then is watching now kind of thing. It's like,
yeah.
What the hell? Now, to get ahead of some of the pushback you might get is like some people might say, oh, now the Colorado defense is bad because they lost, and the Colorado defense isn't that impressive because, you know what I mean? Just like trying to say like we're moving the goalpost here. But to be fair, coming into this competition, we knew that defense was ass, because looking at just some of the games that I have on the screen here. So this was last year, Oregon versus Colorado, 49-10. That defense gave up 49 points to them. Last year they gave up 55 to USC. Last year they gave up 54 to Washington. Last year they gave up 63 to Utah. This year they gave up 42 to TCU. They held Nebraska to 14 points. Pretty impressive. They gave up 35 to Colorado State, and then now 42 to Oregon. So the defense hasn't been good except for until literally October 15th of 2022 last year against California, where they had California to 13 points. Yeah. So that defense is ass water. We just haven't been talking about how ass it is because they've been able to squeak out these victories. You know what I mean? We would have said the same thing if they lost to TCU 40-42. We would have been like, damn, that defense fucking sucks, because how you score 40 points and lose? If they would have lost to Colorado State, we would have said the exact same thing. Especially when that tight end that you brought up last episode, like how you let him keep going on for y'all? How y'all score 30-something points and lose? You know what I mean? So that defense is ass water, and we're probably gonna keep saying there. And another reason why people have been saying that the defense is ass is because Shiloh Sander has been making some plays, and obviously he's the son of Dion, and then Travis Hunter has been making some crazy interceptions and deflections, and they get takeaways. They are really good at getting takeaways, but as we see, takeaways aren't sustainable. They're really good, and you should get all the flowers in the world for getting turnovers, but it isn't a reliable way to play defense. At some point, you got to get pass deflections, you got to get sacks, you got to get tackles for loss.
Yes. We're going to switch to the NFL because I'm scrolling through Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm not. And we're just going to slide this in real quick because I want to definitely get your thoughts. Unfortunately, it's about my Cowboys, but
oh no,
yeah. Apparently, there's a report going around, and all these sources are putting it on here, that the Dallas Cowboys are interested in trading for Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts.
Say it with me. Come on, clap with me now, please. Save that man. Save that man. Oh, I love Desmond Ridder. I loved him as a college quarterback. I loved him as a prospect. well, not really as a prospect. He was just a really good story. You know what I mean? But that man is not playing worth a can of beans. Okay, he is not playing quarterback at fucking all.
It's
It is
not,
Bijan, Tyler Algier, and anybody that can catch a screen pass. For the
bro.
love of God, yes, get Kyle Pitts out of,
First of all,
please,
Bijan Robinson,
please.
every game he's snapping ankles, left and
Yeah, that
right. Yo,
he's look. They talked me into Bijan. Okay, I joined the don't draft the running back in the top whatever, but then people were like,
oh,
this motherfucker is LaDainian Tomlinson. This
bro.
motherfucker is the best running back to Saquon Barkley. And I was like,
Yes,
I don't know. I've seen some really good running backs that ain't done much shit in the NFL. Now, Melvin Gordon was pretty. He's had a decent career. Of course, he's bounced around the place, but he was beast in college. You watch his college highlights, you would have been like, damn, this motherfucker is going to be got at least a couple All Pros. You know what I mean? If you saw Dree Archer, Tavon Austin, you would have thought they were going to be consistent Pro Bowlers off of their college. But Tavon Austin was the most shiftiest person in the world up until recent athletes. So, you know what I mean? It hasn't translated. And then, they talked me into Jahmyr Gibbs, who so far hasn't done shit worth a bag of chips. But Bijan, that was a hit right there. They hit on that one.
bro. The way he jukes, it's like you're playing an old NCAA 14, and you're just one of those guys with elite stick skills. He literally stops on a dime, and guys are falling like they're trying to guard Kyrie Irving. It is hilarious. But Kyle Pitts, I feel bad for him because he is too good of a talent, and Atlanta has been wasting him. Kyle Pitts should be on a Hall of Fame arc right now, and he's not. And it's
I can't verify it because I haven't been able to talk myself into watching an Atlanta Falcons game. But a lot of people are saying I've never seen someone be overthrown more than Kyle Pitts.
He's literally like Megatron.
When just like 6'7".
Yeah, he's
like
he's literally Calvin Johnson, just slightly slower. He's not as fast, but he has damn near the same athletic ability. He's unguardable, and he's just been wasting away. Now, it sounds good on paper. You're like, hey, yay, Kyle Pitts to the Cowboys, yay! But then you gotta remember who our quarterback is. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he has. Last week he got 2 catches for 44 yards. Against the Packers, 2 for 15.
How do you only get Kyle Pitts 2 catches? 2.
Crazy.
Kyle Pitts.
He averaged 22 yards a catch. The season he's averaging 11. According to the stats I got here, he averages 14 yards a catch in his career. And they don't throw the nigga the ball. I don't get it. He's 247, so pretty much 250 pounds and 6'6". They just not gonna. Hey, send them. Well, does Dallas really throw to their tight ends like that? I thought it was mostly
no, it's
CD in the troopers.
He throws the CD gets overthrown too so much and unused. But I found out a fun fact yesterday. Watching Speak on FS1, Dak has not thrown a touchdown to a wide receiver at all so far this year. It has only been tight ends.
Tight ends?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all know tight ends are quarterback's best friend. But again, we're still talking about Dak freaking Prescott.
Well, the good thing about Kyle Pitts is not only would he be a decent tight end for y'all, but he would be an ex-receiver outside with CeeDee Lamb. So it'd be, and then aren't y'all getting Michael Gallup back? I don't know who the third guy is.
No, Michael Gallup's there. We got Brandon Cooks, but that's the thing. Dak can't get anybody the ball. Like we gotta.
Wow. So y'all would have Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. Can you imagine that? CeeDee Lamb outside on the left. Kyle Pitts either in the slot next to him or outside on the right, and then you got Michael Gallup or your choice of Michael Gallup or Brandon Cooks, and then either a tight end or the other guy that you didn't shoot. That's some receivers, and then you get Tony Pollard's shifty ass in the backfield.
Yes.
And at that point, I know they can't see me, but everybody, if the offense isn't scoring 21 a game, every Dallas fan is just looking at Dak like,
bro. Yeah,
like,
we already looking at him like, bro,
yeah,
like, what are you doing?
yeah, y'all was like, bro, how is you not getting it done? every
Exactly.
every game, Dak, Cowboys fans just like, you know what I mean? Cause it's even worse when you just go around and you look at all the other quarterbacks making around his money. And they bought no, the one that has to hurt the most is Brock Purdy is making 800,000 a fucking year, going
Wow. Going
crazy.
crazy.
And then y'all got Dak for like 40 a year, and outside of one game, he ain't done diddly do shit.
He ain't
He
really done
did
nothing.
shit.
He ain't really done. Okay, so according to the sources, the rumor is that Kyle Pitts is on the trade market, but the Falcons are saying they have no interest in trading him, even though they're not using him.
See, I would be like, oh, they're saving him for like Caleb Williams, you know what I'm saying? They're saving him for the other quarterbacks they're trying to draft. But the thing is, they fucking 2-0. They're 2-0, 3-0, or 2-1. So y'all pick ain't gonna be that high.
Yeah, and I mean, who right now? The Jets are probably going to tank for Caleb Williams because who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
um, I thought Desmond Ridder could have been solid, but he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about these quarterbacks when they get to NFL, they just can't like
Game's too
read
fast.
the game's just too fast for them. They can't read the field. Now, granted, I know it is a hard thing to do, especially playing quarterback in the NFL. But damn.
I think it's just one of those things like when I watch what's it called? NFL football, every year it takes me a couple weeks to get used to it, but those first couple of weeks it always amazes me how fast the windows close. Like you'll see somebody like from the broadcast angle, you'll see a quarterback throw a ball and you see a guy wide the fuck open. But by the time the ball gets to him, a defender's hand is within like a foot of the ball.
Yes.
Even if they're butt naked wide the fuck open.
It's crazy.
And it catches me off guard every time. So I can only imagine them and they see a guy wide the fuck open or in their eyes is about to come open and they try to throw it in that window and now there's a body there, that they didn't see or didn't expect to get there. Like with Bryce Young, and I'm going to try not to get into a tangent about this one, but like with Bryce Young, he's reading the field. He's reading this concept. He's like, this backside dig should be open. Goes to the backside dig, and of course he's trying to throw it on time and whatnot. So he just doesn't even check. He just rips it, and then there's a safety there. And then the same thing happens later in the game. In this first game, I forgot who it was that picked them off. And he's like, same concept, boom, not open. Oh, if they covered all that with this coverage, backside dig should be butt naked. I mean, gun it in there before the safety gets there, and the safety's there. I guess it's that. And then they're sheltering him from that by saying, motherfucker, you is not throwing deep. Your ass is going, look, you gonna catch this motherfucker snap, you gonna look left, and he is going to be at the line of scrimmage. If he's not open at the line of scrimmage, run. That's it. Run or throw it out of bounds.
Bro, is it me or does Bryce Young just not look interested out there? Like something looks off. I don't know.
My thing is, I think it's just the offense. Cause I watched a video about it because I remember I was watching some of Bryce Young's games. I didn't catch the recent one, and I was actually pretty impressed. I thought if you're watching the Panthers games, just like not like same thing I was saying like with Deshaun Watson's, like even though they're losing and whatnot, you're probably looking at it and saying like we can still work with this. Now of course it's worse with Deshaun Watson because he's the highest paid quarterback in the league, and two, he's been in the league for X amount of years now. So it's like we shouldn't be at the point where we're saying we can work with that. It should be working with him. But Bryce Young is a rookie quarterback in his second game because he missed the third one. And your expectation should be, I want to see stuff we can work with, even though he's on this dog shit ass team. Yeah. And I thought we saw that. Like, he shows the good pocket presence. He makes good decisions. And you know what I mean? There was the 2 interceptions in his first games that initially started this whole thing where people are looking at him sideways and saying he's the worst quarterback drafted of the 3 drafted in the top that are playing. And I'm like, nah. So then somebody comes out with a video, and of course he does a little bit of clickbait because you got to get people to watch it. But he goes through and he watches the all 22 of the 2 games that Bryce Young played, and he only has 2 games. He has only missed 2 throws. I mean, that's not counting the interception. So in 2 games, he has only missed 2 open throws, and he's been making great plays. And you have to get real nitpicky to say like he did something wrong. So he's been playing pretty good. It's just things aren't, they're just not clicking right now. And it's the second fucking game. And then what makes it worse is of course CJ Stroud has his best game last week, and then Anthony Richardson has been balling.
Yeah.
Except for he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy.
So of course that makes you look bad. So then Andy Dalton comes in and he throws his 2 touchdowns. And then people are saying, yeah, maybe Andy Dalton can show him how to hit Thielen and show him how to hit. No, the fuck he can't. Andy Dalton's ass water, okay? He had a good game. He's backup. He's a goddamn backup, okay? Andy Dalton's cool. You know what I mean? If he starts, y'all can win games. You know what I mean? I can't remember if they won that game or not. But you know what I mean? Like, he started in the league for a reason. He was pretty good for a reason. He started for the Saints, I think, last year. He's all right. You know what I mean? That's the thing. But Bryce Young don't need to be some shit. They just need to get better on offense. You know what I'm saying? Things just need to click a little more. Motherfuckers need to get open. You want to know why Adam Thielen ain't getting the fucking ball? Because his ass ain't getting open. That's why he's not in fucking Minnesota right now. Yeah. All right? He cool. He be making all the catches, but his ass ain't getting open right now. Yeah. And then you got... They did the same shit with Lamar Jackson for years. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you got to hit the receivers. Motherfucker, his best receiver is Adam fucking Thielen. You want to know his number 2? A motherfucker named Mingo. He's a rookie. I don't even remember his fucking first name. So those are his top 2 receivers, and you go, that's killing me. I'm like, bro, it's like, somebody like us, we can't watch every game, every play of every game. So we might see the stats and whatnot and make some judgments that aren't accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might see the stats of Bryce Young compared to everybody else and say, wow, Bryce Young kind of suck. His stats look terrible. I get that. But when your job is to go on a network and talk about football 8 hours a fucking day, and y'all get paid to go to the games and cover these teams, and motherfucker, you're spilling fallacies and misinformation, that gets on my nerves. Motherfucker, how are you on there getting mortgages? You get a mortgage as a check every month, and you ain't even watching the fucking games. What kind of shit is that? Oh my god.
Man, you going on so hard. You might going out. You might can't take the heat, man. The fire. Fire. Yoga.
It's like, I've been wanting to say this, or I wanted to make a video about this just to get it on camera. But since we're here, I'm going to say it now. It's like, if you're in the media, your job is to fill in the gaps. Like I said about us, every fan can't watch every game, every play of every game. We're going to miss some games, especially when the NFL and college, they have a lot of teams. So they'll play a couple games at a certain time. There'll be 5 games on at 1. There'll be 3 or 4 on at 4. And then sometimes even 2 games and the primetime slot. So you got to watch one or the other. Like the last 2 Monday nights, they had a game at 7:15 and one at 8:20. You got to watch one or the other or bounce between the 2. You're going to miss stuff. So the media's job is to fill in the gaps. This is what you missed in this game. Here are the highlights so you get an idea of what's going on. Fill in the gap. My problem is when motherfuckers, the media, get on there and they start filling the gap with fallacies, things that are based on misinformation or little to no information at all. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm over here trying to get scratch the surface on something that happened in a game that I didn't watch, and I might not have the time to go watch myself because by the time I get to watching that game, that team's playing another one. So, you know what I mean? I need them to fill in the gaps for me, and they spitting bullshit. That gets on my nerves. Do your job. Fill in the gap. I know you got to make it entertaining and whatnot, but make it entertaining with facts or theories based on facts, not theories based on misinformation or no information at fucking all. I don't want to hear straw mans for 3 hours. Motherfucker, I want good arguments that make sense. And if I go back and I watch that shit myself, I go, I see how he came to that point. I don't want to go back and watch the game or watch the next game and think, the fuck was that nigga talking about? You know, like, oh, okay. Oh, they gonna get that. I've been ranting today.
Bro, your microphone's gonna catch on fire, man. Chill out.
I hope not.
I love it. I love this, man. You going in? I'm here for all of it. You going in, man. All right. I hate to cut you off, but I need you to save some of that energy for the next topic.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins. Did they run up the score? And do you think they should have went for that record of most points in the NFL game?
I think one, they shouldn't be so butthurt when teams go, like, I don't know why it's so frowned upon to go for records. It's like, if you walk into a situation to where you can make NFL history, you shouldn't be frowned upon for trying to get it. Like, for example, do you know how much it would have done for Nick Foles, right? If he was able to, I'm pretty sure, remember that he threw 7 touchdowns in the first half of a game for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. You know how much that would have meant for him to throw that 8th touchdown and have that immortalized forever? I think Peyton Manning did the same thing where he had 7.5, and then they take him out and they're like, no, you can't, don't get the 8th and whatnot. And then there was somebody else that was close to a record, but they ran out of bounds or the coach pulled him out. Oh, it was Alvin Kamara, right? Alvin Kamara had 6 or 7 rushing touchdowns or something in a game, and then they pulled him out and had another running back get the 8th rushing touchdown. It's like, just let him have the record. It would mean so much to the player and to the game to freshen up these records. Yeah. So, and my thing is, when it comes to something like that, they're like, they got to the certain line, like 40-yard line or whatever, and they could have kicked a 40-yard field goal to tie the record, or they could have scored and broke it. It's like, motherfucker, you're already at 70 points. Like, I don't get what's noble about saying, nah, we just dropped 70 on them. You know what I mean? Get to 73 and break the fucking record. It don't make it look no much better for the Broncos, man. Just get your fucking record real quick.
Like, you didn't already smoke their ass. You might as well go ahead and get the record. What's the point now?
My thing is, if you want to be noble and humble, you stop at the 40 piece or the 50 burger. You drop the 50 burger and you say, yeah, we dropped the 50 burger, fantasy, everybody's happy. But once you eclipse 60 fucking points, you might as well just keep it going. Especially after when I realized that they said Sean Payton in the offseason or last year said Tua shouldn't be a starting quarterback. Throw that motherfucker. Get it. You might as well. Let them ball.
Do you?
Exactly.
Just think of how crazy that is, though, to score that many points in the NFL. And college,
yeah,
it's a given. Somebody's scoring 60, maybe 70 every week.
We've had a couple teams score 60 in college. Yeah.
But I even said it in my Cowboys post-game reaction. In the NFL, a blowout is like 42 to 45 range. They went to 70.
I'm about to say, like, a blowout could be considered 14 points. Like, sometimes you'll be up 3 scores, 21-0. That's a blowout. And then sometimes the game will end, like, I don't know, 28-14, and that's still a blowout because they probably got some garbage time touchdowns.
Yes.
But to lose by 50 points, not the other team scored 50 on you. No, the margin of victory was 50 points. And the worst part about it is Russell Wilson plays his, of course, it was a lot of garbage time yards because they weren't in the game at all. But statistically, if you look at the game, he played a good game. 300 yards. I think he had a touchdown, no interceptions. So you look at that and you're like, man, this wasn't Russell's fault.
Right.
And a big thing about it is it's so ironic. Rich got onto this, but it was funny. Because last year, at the end of the year, I think they had that stat to where if they had just scored 14 or 17 points a game, they would have been a 10 or 11 win team and in the playoffs. All they had to do was just score 2 touchdowns a game, and they would have been in the playoffs because of how good that defense was. And this year, the defense, it's been kind of the Chargers' way of doing things, to where one game the offense shows up but the defense is just left in another city, and then one game the defense shows up, offense can't do shit, or they're completing 24 fucking passes for under 200 yards. But before we transition, somebody brought it up. Fortunately, I haven't heard this. So, I thought I would hear more, but only one person said it. But just in case anybody else is thinking that, if you're saying that Miami Dolphins only scored 70 points because the Broncos defense is ass, no. Yes,
No,
they're a bad
no,
team right now,
yeah,
but that was a top 10 defense last year. And as far as I know, they're pretty much the same defense. I think they got rid of the defensive coordinator, but as for the playing pieces, they're virtually the same. It's just a person playing said pieces. So that defense just got dunked on, and then you could say they quit and gave up later on, or they got just terrible coaching. I understand. If you say it was a terribly coached defense or a bad performance by them, yes. But to say they were a bad defense, no, the offense was just significantly better. And they couldn't tackle a soul. I was watching some of them highlights and I was like, God damn! Never seen so many missed tackles. And then there's a screenshot on Instagram of Devin A. Chain. That got to be his wallpaper for the rest of the year. His screensaver. Because it's literally him, all right? There's a guy coming from this way about to get blocked by a lineman. He's behind the lineman about to cut this way. And behind them is literally, I shit you not one, not two, but 4 or 5 Broncos laying on the turf because they just got juked out of their cleats. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I know Screenshot Gang is undefeated, but that screenshot tells the whole story. What is it? A picture is worth 1,000 words. That one was worth a couple fucking words.
My thing is too, when we talk about the Broncos defense, we got to remember these are professional. They may not be the top defense, but they are still professional football players. Which means they
just
are
like every year we see us insert bad team in the league put up a great defensive performance. Like when the Jaguars were bad, except last year they made the playoffs, but the year before that, stonewalled the Buffalo Bills.
Right? Like people just got to remember that these are still professional. These guys get paid. They are good. Okay, they ain't no college team dropping that 70 points on the Broncos. Like you can take the best college offense right now, which is probably who? Shit, it's hard to even say. But take the best
good offenses.
Take the best college offense right now and put them against that Broncos defense. They are not dropping 70. They'll be lucky to get 21. So
Get 14 because we kind of forget the fact that the NFLs are kind of the biggest all-star teams in the world because these are the best players, the best of the best out of college, and then the best of the best of the people that has made it out of college.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's not just the people that enter the draft, because the people that enter the draft are the best 200 or 250 something players out of college plus the drafted free agents. So it's not just the best of that pool, it's the best of the previous pools of players that entered. So you're facing the best players of the generation. And it's not just the best player from X school. And it's just like high school teams playing like a college team. Your high school is the best players in your city, state, whatever. The college team is the best players they can get from anywhere in the world. And then the NFL is the best of the motherfuckers of that. Yeah. They're the 1% of the 1%.
I just need people to stop disrespecting the Broncos and look at what Miami did as this is something spectacular. To drop 70 points in an NFL game. And granted, Miami has a freaking track team out there. They got probably the top percentage of the fastest players in the league. They got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert.
He didn't even play.
Jalen Waddle didn't even play. They got Devin A-Chain. Devin A-Chain from A&M. That dude's stupid fast. But go ahead.
That shit was crazy to me. Cause I remember, I was listening to NFL Red Zone because I couldn't watch the games because I was at work, and I remember them talking about the Dolphins, and they're like, oh, they're starting their backup running back here, Devin A-Chain. I was like, I haven't heard too much about him, and it was like, oh, you probably haven't heard of him, but yeah, he ran a 4.38 at the combine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the backup's running 4.3. Goddamn.
Oh yeah.
Like, jeez, man. That's crazy. Their offense is insane. Also, another thing that's weird about the offense is people are like, "Oh, you know what? I don't think they're going to be that good in the cold weather." And I've never played in real cold weather, so I can't say anything. But
I have.
I don't
It
think it
sucks.
should be that big of a deal because it's
Oh
like
no, it is.
even if the weather keeps them from going
No.
vertical, they can run horizontal just as fast as they go vertical.
I'm going to tell you right now, no inclement weather is a big deal, especially from a warm weather state, because when you get
Let
hit,
me know.
it's first of all when it's cold, it just for some reason when you get hit, it stings. It just uncomfortably stings.
I know
more.
that part.
And you hit the ground. It's hard.
Better not drop the ball. Your finger's gonna be.
The ball's gonna hurt more when it hits your fingers because it's cold. Oh man, you gotta be made for that shit. The Dolphins better get home field advantage because if they gotta
get home field advantage, and then they go play in a dome, it's over. It's over. GG's. But I don't see how you cannot feel good about this offense. I mean, you might nitpick and say like, "Oh, the Patriots played a pretty good game defensively against them." Well, unfortunately for a lot of teams, they don't got the Patriots defense, nor do they have Bill Belichick as a head coach or defense coordinator. So good fucking luck, okay? And also, the Patriots, from what I know, are one of the few teams that have the corners, the hang with them. And I mean, there might be some teams that I'm sleeping on because it's easier to know who's who of offense, but it's harder to figure out the who's who of defense if you're not doing deep dives on each team. So as of now, I don't really know any team that can hang with their receivers, assuming they stay healthy. And I was about to say, so-and-so team has Xavier Rhodes or Xavier something, and Jalen Ramsey, or just wait till Jalen Ramsey gets back. And he on the team.
Yeah, he on the team. So yeah, what duo of corners is running with them receivers? You gotta get pressure on Tua and hope you hurt him. Now, real quick, I'm scrolling through X again. I'm just finding gems. This is really random. This is a post. This was yesterday though, but it came across the first female player in HBCU history. She's a kicker, right? It's a white girl. It's a white girl with a face at Jackson State. It's a white girl at a HBCU, and this is a horrible kick. It's like an onside kick, and she tried to kick it like a normal. I'm sorry, but I think that's a good segue because she has on a knee brace. We're gonna segue. The injuries that we are experiencing right now are
crazy.
Crazy.
Every year.
So Aaron Rodgers kicked it off this year. Now we got Nick Chubb. David Carr went out. I think he's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah, he did get hurt.
Who else?
Something with his shoulder, I think.
Yeah. Joe Burrow and his injury is just. I mean, who knows where that's going to go?
Bryce Young got hurt. Anthony Richardson.
He's hurt. Yeah, Anthony Richardson out. And
Ravens. I think they
cannot
keep. I know
they cannot keep running backs healthy in Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins got hurt again, and he tore his Achilles. He's out for this season again. OBJ hurt.
Mike Williams tore his ACL.
Hurt. Trevon Diggs hurt. What is? It's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. I feel this is the part of the game that we as football players or people that are fans or played the game, no matter what level you played the game at, this is a risk and that we know. But I got to agree with the players, man, and this sentiment that we need to start making these fields at these high-priced stadiums, they got to go back to grass, man, because we're getting more and more, especially more non-contact injuries because of this damn turf. And as somebody who played on turf, I loved when we played teams that had grass. It was soft. It smelled good, just randomly. And you don't got to worry about them little black things getting all in your shoes and in your eyes, all on you and shit. I just prefer... Oh, damn. Did my internet go out again? Okay, no, it's not my internet. We just having all types of issues tonight. It's got to be the weather outside. We just having all types of issues. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. I don't know, man. It says my internet's fine. I don't know. But I don't know what to do. We're just having all types of issues. We just having all types of issues in this bitch tonight. Oh my lord. Oh my god. The Discord is not being friendly to me tonight.
Damn.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard anything I
It's
said.
telling us we're taking too long.
I guess so. We'll hurry up and wrap it up. Next time we're gonna do post face cams. I'm gonna have a background. I'm gonna have an actual setup for us when we do this next time. But I was saying,
I'll bet.
As players, people who play the game, no matter what level, or you watch the game, we know injuries are part of the game. But
Yep.
these days, these owners need to get rid of these turf fields. I've played on turf. I've played on grass. I prefer to play on grass. It's soft. It smells good. It's better for when you cut. And as someone who's played on turf, and them little black things that get all in your face and your cleats and shit.
Oh, the rubber.
Yeah, that shit's annoying. You get the turf burn when you slide. Like if you get hit, you get speared on grass and they drive you to the ground. Sometimes if the grass is cut right, it's like falling on a pillow. You do that shit on turf, oh no, you gonna feel it.
Yeah, we practiced on a grass field and we played on a turf field.
Same.
And my biggest, I messed with the turf. It was always fun for me to go play on the turf. But the problem is, one, that rubber, when it rubs up against your bare skin, it'll tear you up. Two, it gets hot because it's just cut up tires, rubber down there.
Yeah.
And, my thing is about the turf field is just that it just looks pretty because they can decorate it all kinds of ways
that's the only
and
way.
whatnot. And then of course it's trippy, and that's pretty much the only good side of it because it just makes the field pretty. But it gets hot on that turf. I remember days where you could just feel the heat through your cleats. Heaven forbid, like you take your cleat off and you touch the ground, and damn near burn your feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that turf. Fortunately, I never. Well, I mean. When it was time to go play in the stadium outside of JV games, I was on the bench, so I didn't have to worry about nothing because I did all my playing on the the grass practice field. But I'm just glad I never had too bad of a injury on there, or never cut wrong on there or whatnot. But yeah, I can understand people's gripes with it. I can understand.
I think we should go to grass. I think turf is good for when you want it to look appealing and aesthetic for your house and your front yard. You ain't got to cut the grass.
Oh, man.
But to play on, to play a game of football on, to be out there making cuts and all that shit in the fall and to be tackling, I prefer grass all day. But man, this was good tonight. It was a treat to hear you go off. I enjoyed it. And I look forward.
I got the rants. Every time I know a little bit of something, I'ma have the rants. It's just I'm a fucking talker, man.
I need something to happen this weekend so you can rant again. But we're gonna end it here because I don't know if it's my internet or just the Discord, but we're having issues, and I don't want it to keep happening. I don't want people to be listening like, oh, these so shitty ass quality. Nah, we gotta give them good quality. So, thank you guys for tuning in. As always. I will link Foxboy's YouTube channel down in the description. Please go subscribe to him. Again, like I said last week.
Come fuck with your boy.
Like I said last week, I wouldn't be half where I am. Hell, maybe 3/4 where I am if it wasn't for Foxy finding me as a lowly YouTuber playing Madden back in the day. So,
yeah, we got the same boat.
I got to give him some love. Matt, way to be scared, not come in today.
Yeah, we gotta get his ass up in here.
Talked all that shit. He didn't show up. Miss is at a concert, so hopefully Miss can hop in.
Got dragged.
Yeah, he's there to. Did he say what concert it is? I don't even remember what he said.
No, but he was not too enthusiastic about it. So.
All right, Miss.
Bro got dragged to a Carrie Underwood concert or something.
You know what? I have said this other day. If I was in the NFL You see how Travis Kelce's getting with Taylor Swift? Man, I'll be trying to hit up Carrie Underwood. Fuck it. I'll be waiting all day
Shout out
for
to
Sunday
Carrie
night.
Underwood.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. All right, guys. Hey, we appreciate y'all coming through. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to both our channels, share the content. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Links to all other social media platforms, including, again, Foxy Channel, will be in the description.
Carrie Underwood kind of bad. Goddamn.
There ain't no kinda. She is. There's no kinda. Anyways, y'all have a good day, and we'll get ready for week 3. We'll see what other headlines, pun intended, come up. We will catch y'all next time, man. Peace.